Start the court proceeding.
Good afternoon to the Honorable Judge. I am Anchal, counsel on behalf of my client Mr. Khalbali as an plaintiff, accompanied with my co-counsel. Your Honor, please grant me permission to initiate this case.
Permission granted.
Thank you. Case number 1024, Mr. Khalbali, age 44, son of late Mr. Ram Narayan, as a plaintiff, versus Miss Sansani, age 18, daughter of Muleedhar, as a defendant. It is humbly submitted that the plaintiff has approached the Honorable Civil Court invoking its jurisdiction under the Indian Contract Act 1872. The plaintiff has instituted a civil suit for breach of contract where they plead for recovering the loan amount before the Honorable Court. Allow me to summarize the facts for the convenience of Honorable Court.
Granted.
Thank you. The real facts of the present case are summarized as follows. Ms. Sansani, defendant, a renowned film star, gets into contract with Mr. Khalbali as a plaintiff for the construction of a small party house and swimming pool in her back garden for 5 lakhs. It's in her back garden declared will be paid in installments as much as construction work is complete. After the investing 2 lakhs in the construction, Mr. Khalbali ran out of money and materials for further construction. Mr. Khalbali now demanded for rupees 3 lakhs more to continue construction work. Ms. Sansani organized a pool party in which she had invited top film directors in a hope to win new leading role in movie. Now she requested to Mr. Khalbali to complete remaining construction of rupees 3 lakhs out of his own pocket. She promised to pay as she secures a new movie contract. As per Sansani expectations, she got a leading role in movie named Tu Kaun Main Khamkha, but the movie was complete flop, so she became unable to pay the promised amount to Mr. Khalbali. Then after, Mr. Khalbali given another opportunity to Ms. Sansani by his humble nature to discharge her dues by dance performance in a party which is organized by Mr. Khalbali, but still she fails. On the birthday party of Ms. Sansani, both the parties altered the contract on humanitarian ground, and it was decided that defendant would pay the remaining amount in EMIs of 10,000 per month till the completion of 3 lakhs. She is not ready to pay the amount and decided to dispose of her property for 9 lakhs. Whether the issues. The defendant was supplied the necessities by the plaintiff. It is humbly contended that the pool and party house constructed by the plaintiff serve as the necessaries of life required by the defendant to secure a role as an actress, which her livelihood. If it is wasn't for the construction of pool and the party house, there would no party and ultimately no role for her to secure. The pool and the party house acted as essentials to her livelihood. Whether the new promise to pay the debt on attaining majority by the defendant binding upon her. It is humbly submitted that on the 18th birthday of the defendant, both the parties decided the mutual consent to enter a new contract, and it was held that the defendant would pay debt through easy monthly installments, EMIs of rupees 10,000 per month to the plaintiff. There has been an acceptance and a promise, consent of the parties, and a fresh consideration which shows that both the parties have entered into a valid contract. The third issue is that if at all what remedies to the plaintiff have for the necessaries and loan provided to the defendant. It is humbly submitted before the Honorable Court that the plaintiff plead unjust enrichment based on the doctrine of restitution and claim for the payment of money to put the plaintiff back into the position and would otherwise have been recovered for any financial harm caused by alleged breach of providing for the remedy and compensatory damages based on equity and good conscience. I would like to ask permission from the Honorable Court for my co-counsel to proceed on my behalf.
Permission granted.
Thank you.
In the light of facts, following remedies are requested by me. My first request to the Honorable Court is to Honorable Court to recover due amount of rupees 3 lakhs with interest of 12% per annum. And my second prayer is, further, I request to recover the court fees and cost of litigation, which is rupees 50,000. My third prayer is, due to Sansani's work, my client suffered physical and mental loss. So I request to the court to pass reasonable order to compensate my client which the court may deem fit. Okay. Thank you, court.
From the defendant side.
Good afternoon, court and honorable judge. I am Advocate Kyle Gupta on behalf of my client, Ms. Sansani, with my co-counsel. My lord, please grant me permission to initiate this case. Statement of fact: Sansani has 16 years old, a famous film star, contract with Khalbari. She wanted a small party house and a swimming pool to be built in her back garden. Plaintiff, her building contractor, agreed to do work for just rupees 5 lakhs. The amount would be paid in installments with the series of completion of the work. Plaintiff then compelled defendant to render a dance performance in his party, which he had organized to invite rich people to secure contract regarding building construction to release her from the remaining debate. But before the party, she suffered from a sprain during rehearsal and was not able to perform. On defendant maturity, with both the parties altered the contract on humanitarian grounds, and it was decided the defendant would pay the remaining debate through AMI of the rupees 10,000 per month till the repayment of the debate of rupees 3 lakhs. However, defendant later on realized that the work done by plaintiff had not been performed as it described by defendant. She estimated the cost of rupees 3,50,000 and further decided to dispose of the property rupees 9 lakhs without giving any money to plaintiff. Plaintiff could not recover the debate from defendant even after a long time. Khalbali filed a suit against Sansani on the grounds that he had constructed a small party house and a swimming pool as per the terms of the contract and has taken all the diligent steps to recover the debate given to defendant. But now she had refused to pay the amount and hence the suit. Thank you. I would like to invite my partner for the argument, Mr. Deva.
I would like to cross the defendant side. My first cross is, there is invitation to offer. Ms. Sansani issued a legal tender. As tender is for public, so my client Mr. Khalbali quoted a price of rupees 5 lakhs. Both the parties entered into contract without any pressure. And my second cross argument is, defendant was supported with necessaries by the plaintiff under section 68. As per Indian Majority Act 1875, the age of majority is fixed to 18 years. Minors are legally bound where a contract supplies for necessaries or goods and services which are deemed necessary or beneficial to them. For an actress, party house and swimming pool comes under necessaries to maintain her social status. So, Khalbali is entitled to reimbursed out of her estate. In the famous case of Peter versus Fleming, AIR 1840, it was found that the gold ring and watch chain were necessaries for the child of a member of parliament. Necessaries also vary according to minor's station of life. My third process, on 18th birthday party, EMI of rupees 10,000 payment contract is valid between the parties. There is a fresh contract, but even there is any doubt, I would like to support my point on the basis of the famous case Kedarnath Bhattacharya versus Gauri Mohammed. You can refer, I have print out of the decision of that case. In this case, court held that the defendant was liable because defendant voluntarily promised for payment of contribution to plaintiff. All essentials of valid contract are present, such as lawful consideration, competency of parties, and free consent under section 14. My fourth cross argument is, there is mala fide intention. The defendant had no intention to pay the money back. Even Ms. Sansani is allowed 3 reasonable steps to discharge her dues. And my fifth cross is about value of construction and material. Even Mr. Khalbali is a reputed contractor, but if any doubt is available about the quality, then I request to the Honorable Court to appoint an engineer and inquiry committee to certify the value of construction done by my client. My sixth cross is, the main issue is that after 2 years, Ms. Sansani realized that the quality of construction and material is poor and low quality. This shows that her intention is not pure or fair. And my seventh cross is, she misrepresented herself as major. It means since beginning, her intention and motive was fraudulent. Lord Herschel defines that fraud in famous case of Derry versus P. Now I would like to support in my support, I want to present the famous case derivative P. In this case, it was said that fraud is false representation and it has been made knowingly or without belief in its truth.
Plaintiff side has raised some issues. Defendant side, would you like to cross-examine the argument raised by the plaintiff?
Yes, my lord. My lord, please give me a permission to initiate in front of you in this used jurisdiction of the Honorable Court. This case is concerning a construction of the party house and a swimming pool of my clan Sansani between Kalvali and Sansani. Before the submission to the Honorable Judge, to the Honorable Court, I am Advocate Sri Devataji on behalf of defendant for the purpose of this memorables to stand for the Sansani for her liability.
Permission granted.
Thank you very much. Dear plaintiff sides, arise some questions on my clan Sansani. Before I started my case, I would like to give some step argument to my plaintiffs. I would like to ask some questions. Whether there was a valid contract between plaintiff and defendant, I would like to tell about their plaintiff sides. It is humbly contended there was no contract between the plaintiff and the defendant, as the defendant was incompetent to the contract. As the defendant was incompetent to the contract, being a minor, while she was being a minor, also when the defendant attained the age of the 18, the party has asked on the humanity ground decided to alter the conditions as written in the paragraph 7, but this will not be enforceable by the law according to the minor act of the Indian contract. And second question is, whether plaintiff is intended to recover only the amount? The plaintiff is not intended to recover the amount defendants according to the minors. And the agreement's nature is void. So that's why I would like to give some answer on the questions. Before this Honorable Court, the agreement are not contract on the agreement which is enforceable at the law is a contract, and the agreement which is not enforceable by the law is said to be a void contract. Thus, the term agreement is wider, no scope for the contract. All the contract are agreement, but all the agreement are not a contract in case of the minor agreement, my lord. I would like to give some example to the plaintiff. According to the Indian Contract Act, Section 10 and Section 11, all the agreements are not contract if they are made by the free consent of the party competent to the contract for a lawful considerations and with a lawful object and are not expressly declared to be contract. It is a void contract according to the minor of the Indian Contract Act. I would like to discuss on the some Moheri Bibi versus Dharmodas case. In this living case, Moheri Bibi versus Dharmodas Ghosh, the plaintiff Dharmodas Ghosh, while he was a minor, mortgaged his property in the favor of defendant Brahmodas, who was a money lender to secure a loan of the rupees 20,000 at the time of transactions. The autonomy of the defendant was fully evident that plaintiff was incompetent to the contract according to the minor act of the Indian Contract Act. With this mother has the next friends, Dharmodas comments and actions against the Brahmodas, stating that at the time of the contract he was a minor. So the contract is a void and he is not bounded to return the money in this case when the person is minor. My lord, once again, I would like to repeat this sentence. The contract is void, he is not bound to return the money. The court granted relief to the plaintiff and the appeal was filed and the same was dismissed by the appellate court. After this appeal, Brahmodas, I sorry for the mistake this line. In this case, the judgment held was unless the parties are competent, my lord, unless the parties are competent to the contract and no agreement is contract here. So according to this case, I would like to give an answer to the section number 68 According to the section 68 said that this section is claimed by the dear plaintiff. So I would like to read out this section and after that I would like to give an answer. Thank you very much. Claim for the necessary supply to the person incapable of the contracting or on his account. If a person is incapable to enter a contract written in this section, I would like to say section 64 of the Indian Contract Act. Section 64, this is the defense sections against this 68 minor. When a person at the minor whose options a contract is voidable resign, it is a voidable resign written. The other party, there no need to perform any promise with the minor which not enforceable by the law. This is my answer according to the section 68. And he also said that my client is a malified intentions are there to the pay refund. No, I would like to give you an answer according to this para 5. You can see my note written that he was a strength due to rehearsal for the performance of Kalbali because Kalbali was compelled. He was given pressure to the my Sansani to rehearsal, dance and a performance for his program. So I would like to say my lord, that was not malified intention. He tried but he couldn't. It was a sudden accident. It was an act of the God. And also I would like to tell to my dear plaintiff about the agreement of the minor. A minor agreement is being a nullity, being a null and a void because has no existence in the eye of the law. And plaintiff side also condemned that my client is a minority misrepresented by herself. No, I would like to here give a my lord. Kalbali did a fraud to Sansani because she was a minor and she does not know about the contract because she was a minor. According to the minor, Mr. Kalbali, he was an old man, also he was a good contractor. That's why he wants to take a benefit from the Sansani. And this paragraph unwritten, I would like to read out. Their written is that Sansani didn't give an offer to the Kalbali, but Kalbali gave an offer to the Sansani. Whether at that time Sansani she was the minor, and if Kalbali give an offer to the Sansani, then obviously Kalbali misrepresented her age for the contract. That's all, my lord. Wherefore, in the light of the facts present, argument advanced the authorities effect, the defendant humbly submitted that honorable court, please adjust the declared this case, disclose, this is my remedy. Thank you very much.
There are some serious allegations put forward by the defendants. The court will present the judgments in the next hearings on date 5 December 2016. Court is adjourned.